Hi everyone, my name is Hope Perry, and today I'll be presenting to y'all my informative speech presentation. So the topic that I will be informing y'all on is the history of Columbia State. So I'll start off with saying I believe college is a very important aspect in people's lives, and I also believe that knowing the history of where you attend college can also be helpful to a person. So I believe that it can bring about different opportunities. It can increase a person's overall knowledge, and it can increase a person's respect for their specific college that they attend. So I'll kind of start off with talking about the history of where Columbia State came from and when it started. So in October of 1965, Columbia State Community College broke ground. In 1966, Columbia State was actually the first community college in the Board of Regents system. In 1966, the fall of 1966, the admissions director of Columbia State, W.O. Johnson, set up classes for 363 students. So something interesting about Columbia State Community College is that it didn't start off having like one main specific location for people to go to classes. It started off about 4 miles west of the city of Columbia, Tennessee. So initially, the classes were held in the First Baptist Church. The offices were held in the building next to the Church of Christ in Columbia, Tennessee. And the Student Center was held in the Memorial Building in Columbia, Tennessee. And then the science classes were held in the Columbia Military Academy campus. So it's actually interesting to see how Columbia State Community College went from holding their classes and just their school in a city with many random buildings to where it is now. So a really important day is the dedication day of Columbia State Community College, and that happened on March 15th of 1967. Lady Bird Johnson and the president at the time, Lyndon B. Johnson, dedicated that ceremony. Governor Buford Ellington, Dean James W. Clark, and United States Secretary of Education, Welfare, and Health, John Gardner, were also there. So it was a very important dedication day, and it meant a lot to the initial people that put so much work into making sure Columbia State was able to be a college. So it held over about 8,000 people in the crowd. So someone that's really important is the Commissioner of Education, Howard Wharf. He pretty much created plans with Maury County to hold board meetings to initiate Columbia State actually getting their campus and becoming a school finally. So something that's really important is the Columbia campus. That is the main campus. The other campuses are Williamson campus, Lawrence campus, Lewisburg campus, Clifton campus, Northfield Training Center, and the E campus that is pretty much held online. So something significant about Columbia campus, which is the main campus for Columbia State Community College, is the library is named after John Wesley Finney. This man put in lots of work to make sure that Columbia State was able to become a college and get the campus that they needed. He had a lot of aspirations and was very motivated into creating Columbia State. So currently at Columbia State Community College, the Columbia campus, there are 4,500 students and 250 faculty. That is a lot compared to the 363 students that started off. That just shows how much Columbia State has grown. So something really cool about Columbia State is the financial aid. Over $10 million is awarded to the students each year. 39.9% of students use state and local grant aid. 36.4% of students use no financial aid. 19.8% of students use federal grant aid, and 2.5% of students use student loans, and 1.4% of students use institutional grant aid. I believe that financial aid for Columbia State is just very important. It allows many students that wouldn't be able to get an education to get an education at a great community college. So Columbia State allows students to get a degree in Associate of Arts, an AA, an Associate of Science, an AS, or an Associate of Applied Science degree, which is an AAS. So after that, students are allowed to go get their 4-year degree at a 4-year university. So I believe Columbia State has come so far, and the history is just very important. So yeah, thank you guys for listening to the history of Columbia State.